Hey, Peace Nation. Welcome in, family. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I know I have said I'm going to be more consistent. I just want y'all to understand that during this moving process, this is hard for me. And I don't mean hard in that I could not come on here because I could have, but I have to rest and take care of me and my spirit and my peace while I'm going through this because moving is, ugh. Some of y'all get that. And for me to be doing this alone, it's even worse. But I'm getting it done. As you can see from the back there, some more things are packed. And I am like, May 30th is coming so quick. Like, that's my last day in Jersey, is May 30th that evening, no later than May 31st, the morning of May 31st. I'm on my way to South Carolina. I wanted to leave the 30th so that I could be there by the 31st because that's the weekend, and my family is like, oh, we're cooking out that day, get yourself here. And so yeah, I intend to have a great time with them. They're going to be celebrating me coming home, and I can't wait. With that being said, the title of this video is Who is the Husband and Who's Benjamin's Daddy? The reason I titled that this is because pay attention to these videos. The last video that I watched was the video of Tim allowing Meaghan somewhat to speak on what's going on with her recovery. My problem is when he goes into the house after being outside with the boys, which he did not have to be. According to him, they know what they're doing. Why was he out there? I don't know. He should have been in the house with Meaghan and Benjamin because Meaghan is not allowed to lift certain things. Benjamin, according to her, is about 20 pounds. If the doctor says, I can't lift more than 5 pounds for the first week, 10 pounds 2 weeks after, and then maybe we'll move up to 20 pounds, what is Tim doing? Tim goes into the house, and we see Meaghan leaning on the counter. She's not bent over, but she's being supported by that counter. This is hard on her body. Surgery is hard on anybody's body. I don't care what kind of surgery you have. I don't care how well the surgery goes. It's still hard on the body, and you need time to recover. Meaghan says she wanted to be quiet because she couldn't let Benjamin hear her because he'd want her, and she'd have to pick him up. Why was Tim outside if Benjamin was awake? Why are you outside filming the boys instead of inside taking care of your baby and your wife? But what did Meaghan say? She can't really lift anything, but she never said she was waiting on Tim. She said she was waiting for the boys to get finished so they could come and get Benjamin out of his bed. I know you call them little men, Tim, but they are not Benjamin's father. That's your job. Why were you outside instead of taking care of this baby? And then when you go in there to get him, you grab him like this by the thing and lay him down. You have no empathy, sympathy, care for anyone other than you. You're living your soft life, aren't you, Tim? Everybody else around you have to be tough, and they have to get it in. It was hard for you to pick Benjamin up without you grunting, and you haven't had a surgery. Then you take him around there to Meaghan, and Meaghan's trying to bond with him a little bit with her, him on the floor, her on the floor, and you grab him again and lay him down on the thing so she can give him the milk. Tim, you don't have no kind of softness with you when it comes to your family. You don't have no kind of care and love and support when it comes to this family. I don't care what the lost and turned out say. Tim does not care about anybody but Tim. Tim doesn't want anybody to be treated with care and gentleness except him. And I'm wondering why that is. Well, I kind of think I figured it out. And I think some of you are going to be upset when I say this. But this is the way I really feel. Tim is living his soft life. Why? He went to jail young. Tim was the female allegedly in the jailhouse. Big Bubba and them didn't treat him soft. They manhandled him. What you been doing that your back and your knees hurt the way they do? I'ma say it. Be mad. It's the truth. Every time we turn around, anytime something is going on with somebody else, you bring it back to you. Meaghan is in pain. She's saying she's doing better than she thought she would be doing, or the doctors thought she would be doing. She's healing quicker. Well, she better heal quick. It's only been a week, according to her. She's made hush puppies. You've taken your wife who had surgery out to eat in public. In your big old excursion. She had to climb up in it. We know you didn't help her get up in there because you don't help her put Benjamin in. So she has to climb up and down this excursion with surgery just happening to her body. But you're okay with that. You know why? Because you're living your soft life. You went to jail and you was manhandled the way you manhandle everybody else. You was not showed any empathy and sympathy the way you don't show any. And guess what? You're punishing your family and treating them the way you was treated in prison, allegedly. That man in prison didn't let you lay down and rest him. You better do everything he say when he say. And now you treating Meaghan and the boys like that? Get out of here with me with this. I am so sick of you, I don't know what to do. That's why I have really not been making videos, because this is like, this man is crazy. And the people who are supporting Tim's actions, you're really crazy. That you don't see who this man is. Some people call it narcissism. It could be that. And it also can just be, I don't give a damn. And I think that's more what it is. It's all about me. That's why this channel is not really all about God. It's all about Tim and what Tim wants and the way he moves and the way everybody better do what he says do when he says do it. Meaghan is tired and she doesn't know how to say it. Oh, she'll say little stuff like when she was in the hospital and she asked the doctor on purpose what she could and could not do after surgery. She was doing that for Tim. Tim didn't tell her to do that. By the way she asked the doctor, Tim didn't ask her to ask those questions. Because see, Tim didn't care what the doctor was going to say she could and could not do. Meaghan wanted to be able to say, I can't do this. But he only gave her a week. And now she's back to doing her work. And you know what she's saying? She's got the boys. She keeps saying she's got the boys. Not one time did this woman say, my husband is helping me. She said, my boys are helping me with the baby. My boys are coming in to help me with anything that I have to be lifted, moved, or done. Mr. Culinary degree. You didn't cook for your wife and your children? Every day. And you even said this part. You said sometimes more than once a day. Y'all have to eat from outside food. What is wrong with you? That is, listen to me. Not only is that a big waste of money, it's a big waste of time. It's a big waste of resources. That money that you were spending to eat out, 2 days, you could have fed your family for the whole week. But you know why you're not worried about that? Because you got that subscriber money rolling right on in. Oh, yeah. And they're dumb. Oh, here, Tim, here's some money for you so that you can buy the family some food while we're off. While while Meaghan is off and can't do her job. It doesn't matter that you have 2 deep freezers full of food. Do you even have that food in there anymore? Them sausages? Okay, yeah. Okay, we won't get into that. Okay, we'll leave that alone. But you're living your soft life. This is Tim's soft life, and that's what this channel should have been called. My new soft life. Not our, but my new soft life. You work the boys like they're little slaves. You work Meaghan like she's a slave. And anytime anybody is down, everybody is down. You said that if the boys can't go out and do their job, you and Meaghan can pull together and get that done. If Meaghan can't do her job, the boys and you can pull that together and get that done. But then you said, but when you go down, there's nobody to replace you. Why, Tim? Because Meaghan doesn't know how to edit the videos. You haven't showed her where you hit the upload button. She doesn't have to edit. She can do like the rest of us. She can go ahead and record something and just hit upload and put a title on it. Meaghan, you don't know that? The only thing your husband is doing is sitting around and living off of the backs of you and your children. He's not being a father when it comes to really helping. And he's definitely not being a husband when it comes to helping you. And I feel for you. But you asked for this. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Let me change that. You didn't ask for this. This isn't what you asked God for. But this is what you think you're stuck with. Get a backbone, Meaghan. Stand up for yourself. What is Tim going to do? What really is Tim going to do if you get a backbone? Jump up and down and... Is that all he's going to do? Because you better not come on camera with one bruise on you. Channel gone. And I don't mean YouTube's going to take it. The subscribers are going to drop so quick it doesn't make any sense. He better not mistreat those boys physically where we see it, or the subscribers is going to drop real quick. Tim, be a father, be a husband, a real one. Stop playing these games with us, acting like you are so great when we can all see that you don't even intend to change. I really thought that by us doing these reactions, it will make you look and see things differently. But you don't want to see anything differently because you don't think anything you do is wrong. And that is sad. We all do things wrong. We all should be doing turns. Why are you the only one who don't never do anything wrong, Tim? And at the same time, you don't do anything right. You had Miss Lily out there on her knees with the pen for the ducks. You put a turkey in there with the ducks. And you wanted the boys to watch those ducks attack that turkey. And when they went to get the turkey, you said, no. Let's see what else they're going to do. You were so excited about that. And then you said, get in there and get them. Why you didn't go in there and get them, Mr. Big Man? Are you afraid? You are more afraid of those animals than the boys are. They're children. Take care of this family, Tim. God has blessed you with a wonderful family. Handle them with care, love, and support. Not just with words, with your actions. Your actions are more important. Listen, children don't really listen to what you say, Tim. They watch what you do. If you're raising men, how are you treating them, teaching them to treat future wives? Any of you out there who are watching this, and you have daughters around this age of these boys, if these boys ever step to your daughter, turn them away. Because guess what they will do? What Tim did with Meaghan. They will pretend for a little while to be what you think they should be. And once they get your daughter, they're going to show them who they really are. And if they're anything like their father when they grow up, you don't want them to be in your daughter's lives. I don't care how much money they make, how well they grow the business. Money ain't everything. Content isn't everything, Tim. Do better with your family. God is not pleased with this. There is no way God is pleased with this. I know God's word. And I have a personal relationship with my Heavenly Father. And I know He can't be pleased with this. But guess what? He's not going to step in because you have free will and Meaghan has free will. And as long as Meaghan is okay with this, God is going to let her stay right where she's at. Why would God intervene and say, okay, I'm going to change things? If she is okay with it. Meaghan, when the doctor told you to get up and move around because of a blood clot issue, he's not saying all day. She's not saying all day. What they're saying is don't lay in the bed 24/7. But your body needs to rest, to heal. God heals us in our rest. Why do you think sleep is so important for our body? That's when our cells get to regenerate. You need rest. Yes, get up and do some movement. To every day do a little more, just a little. But rest yourself. And you shouldn't have to keep telling Tim that you can't walk up and down them hills, because that's what he wants. Tim wants you outside that door doing what you was doing before. And what do you keep saying? You got the boys now. Well, your boys are 5, 7, and 9, possibly 6, 8, and 10, because you never told us when their birthdays are. So even at 6, 8, and 10, these are not your little husbands, Meaghan. It is not their job to take care of you physically. These are babies. You're supposed to be doing this stuff for them. Stop putting on them what Tim should be doing. Stop waiting on the boys to come in the house and help you with Benjamin, help you move a table, help you lift something. That's Tim's job. Tim doesn't have a job. And oh yeah, let's mention that. Tim made a comment about how housewives who don't work outside the home, but they do this and they do that while the other person brings in income. What happened when Meaghan was working and Tim wasn't? Because Tim had no job. They was out on that farm. Meaghan still had to come home. She had to get those boys ready for school in the morning. She had to come home and cook and clean, because what was Tim doing all day? And she was pregnant with Benjamin. But he talks about how a housewife is supposed to handle the finances and the house and make sure the food is cooked and all this stuff, because she's not working and the husband is bringing in the money. Well, obviously you're the housewife. Wasn't you the housewife for a while? But you didn't do none of that. The children's education was so poor that Meaghan, that's really why y'all had to put them in a public school. Because Tim couldn't teach them nothing. Meaghan would come home to 2 hours a day and have to do a little homeschooling. She'd have to cook dinner. Then she'd have to clean the house from the mess y'all made all day, because the way y'all do that barn tells me that house was a mess when she came home every day. Well, we know the bed in the trailer was a mess because you put the picture out there. Like, gross. Okay. But anyway, I'm all over the place because Tim's videos are all over the place. I'm just talking because I'm just thinking about some of the things that I saw. And no, I'm not writing anything down to remember anything. It's whatever I remember, I remember. But lost and turned out. Like, get with your man. Get with your man. And I like the way he did y'all a few moments of a comment section so he could get your opinion on something when your opinion didn't really count. Because what he said, even your thumbs down was a thumbs up to him. That means you didn't matter. Your opinion don't matter no more than Meaghan's and those boys' opinion. And I don't know why y'all think it does. If the man don't care about the opinion of the people he live in the house with, he sure don't care about yours. And it's sad that he cares more about the reaction channel point of view than he do the people in his house. But did you pay attention to something? Every time we give Tim a little credit for something he's doing right, he goes right back to his old ways. You know why? I know you heard the saying that a person can only pretend for so long. And he said, bump that. I'm not going to keep pretending for them. I can't do this. Tim has to be who Tim is. But some of y'all refuse to see Tim for who he is. Meaghan is starting to see it. I'm going to tell you something about those boys. They've been saw it. But they have no choice. Meaghan has a choice. But those boys, they don't have a choice. Them boys see their father for who that he's really is. They see that he's all about the script. and the way things look. They know their father doesn't care if they don't have decent toys and stuff. What happened to him saying that they was going to buy those boys those little dune buggy bikes and stuff after some little cars after a while? When is that going to come? You already said they're making the money. They can definitely afford it, but you're not going to get it for them because that will take away from something you want to do. You're holding on to their money till you're ready to give it to them. Are you ever going to give it to them? Are you going to really ever be the stand-up man you want your boys to think you are? Teach them by your actions, Tim, because what you're teaching them now by your actions is not a good thing. You're teaching them to be users, to be abusers. I'm going to say the word abusers. That nobody else's opinion matters but yours because you think you're the boss. You're not even the boss of your own life, Tim. God is all of our boss. Yes, he gives us free will, but in the end, God is the one we all will answer to. And understand this, the way you're treating this family and the way you misuse God's word, you're going to answer to God for that. You better do a turn and do a turn quick. Listen, Peace Nation, I love y'all. This is Sunday. I think you're going to see this Monday morning because I like to give YouTube a chance to look at the video and then put it out. But I want y'all to all have a blessed week. God's grace is sufficient. Tim, you are the father and you are the husband. And stop acting like these boys are. They're not your husband and they're not Benjamin's father. Please do better, do different. Please, Lord, help these people see the error of Tim's ways. See how I keep saying that? It's the error of Tim's ways. Meaghan and these boys could do a show called Mom and Us, and it would blow up. And Tim, you would be so upset. You would see how much they really don't need you, because I don't know what they need you for now. I really don't. You've already planted the seed. The children are here. What they need you for now, because you don't do anything else. When I tell you I'm trying so hard to not be petty and be mean, I really am. Because people who know me in real life will tell you this is not the way Karen talks. Like, yeah, I get it in with people. I will read you. When I tell you I will read your whole ancestry. And it wouldn't be nice. And you would be angry with me forever. But I don't want to do that. I want to do this in a way where at the same time I can encourage you to be better. We all need encouragement to be better. I need encouragement to be better. Yeah. That's enough about IHE Farms. Let's talk a little bit more about my move. Just a little bit. Peace Nation. Guess what we got? Grandma's old house. Grandma's old house. It was confirmed to me that I will be moving into Grandma's old house as long as nothing changes between now and the end of May. Listen, and the reason I say that is because I know that sometimes we can want to do a thing away and God will open a different door. So as long as God does not open a different door, this is what's going to be going on. And I thank you for your prayers. I thank you for being supportive. Anyone that has not become a member of the channel, we would greatly welcome you to the family. And please don't forget to leave a comment and like the video. All of y'all have a great day and peace out. Love you.